I really love and respect Brené Brown, and I've been reading Dare to Lead, which is an incredible book that teachers and principals should read for sure. But I've been listening to Braving the Wilderness, and a lot of it is really relevant to teaching. She says in it, vulnerability is the birthplace of learning. But the problem is that what happens when our classrooms are no longer safe? And they're not safe, right? Violence has been increasing in our classrooms. We have more students with way more needs. We have way more disruptions. Anyway, I can't say that word, I guess. So I just want to talk about that a little bit. Learning, in order to learn, for me, for you, for our students, it requires vulnerability. That means you have to be brave enough to ask questions when you have no idea what they're talking about. You need to feel okay about getting things wrong. You need to be able to collaborate, be creative, and be innovative. And we cannot do that when we are sort of armored up. That's what Brené Brown calls it, armored leadership, when she's talking about leadership. But basically, we put armor on. We put, the helmet and the guards on. And so we're literally protecting ourselves. And we cannot learn like that. We cannot teach like that. And we cannot learn like that. We teachers are armoring up. And this is not on us. Like, I'm not blaming anybody at all, because I definitely have put some protection on, because I think we need to. We are armoring up because we're in survival mode. We are so super overwhelmed by all of the needs or the violence in our classrooms, the constant emotional demand that this job requires, right? And just emotionally, this job is very taxing. It's emotionally exhausting. Teachers aren't becoming less caring. It's just we need to emotionally protect ourselves. And that's why we start putting on this emotional armor to protect ourselves. But the problem is that innovation really dies when we're in survival mode. We can't really connect with our students as well. We have fears that really narrows our thinking. Creativity needs psychological safety so that we can be our best. We can be thinking about our students and what we need to teach and putting them together. Without that sort of creativity, everyone sort of loses, right? And students become very disengaged when they feel unsafe. And I would say most classrooms are unsafe, in my perspective. But that's not true. I want to take that back. But there is violence happening, and there are not accurate consequences being dealt with for those students. And I think the students that are getting hurt don't see those consequences and don't trust the teachers and admin dealing with that. So that becomes another unsafety, right? Like, you're supposed to be protecting me, but you're not there for me. So I need to armor up and protect myself. So we really need to develop systems in order to take care of ourselves, to be able to still be able to open our armor up when we need to, so that we can communicate with our students, that we can open up our hearts, right? Like, if our heart is covered, we're not a good teacher. Like, teachers need to be caring, we need to be loving, we need to be understanding, we need to think the best of our students. And I think that really goes to reflecting a lot, reflecting every day, multiple times a day, with every month. We need to also have really good boundaries. We need to maintain our energy. So we need to protect our energy. We need to go home and work out, or we need to go home and have a nap. We have to really think about what we need to take care of ourselves to maintain this job. 10 months, I know we get summers off, but 10 months is still a really long time working this job. So we really need to think about how How can we take the best care of ourselves so that we can maintain our job through these long 10 months? We need to make sure that we are taking care of our mental health. I find my keyword for teaching is overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. There's so many students, right? We have like 30 plus students in our classrooms, always asking questions, right? We're always repeating instructions. We have curriculum on our brain. We have what we're doing next on our brain. We have what materials we need to get. We're thinking about report cards. We're thinking about learning skills. We're thinking about accommodations or modifications. Like, there's always so much going on in our brains. And that becomes mental overload. And something that has really helped me is bullet journaling. Or just even journaling it out. So at the end of the day, writing whatever day it is, Monday, blah, 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 and then just writing out a bunch of to-dos for the next day, maybe, or concerns I have, things that I need to look into, whatever it may be. So it's out of my head. I don't need to like get the hamster keep on running in its wheel. I can put the hamster down and it can take a nap. I don't know where the hamster came from. But we need to get all of those thoughts that we're thinking out of our head onto a page to help you with your mental overwhelm. Maybe you're not a writer. Journaling has been proven, like there's something in the writing to help us because it's a physical thing. You could type if that's more of your thing, but there is something about the writing. So I would suggest you try that out. First, or you could even do like a voice note, whatever is going to help you get it out so you don't have to think about it at night. You can go on, spend time with your family or yourself or watch Netflix, whatever you're going to do, and not have to think about, oh, I forgot about this and oh, I forgot about that. Like, it's done when you leave work, you've left work at work, you can move on. Something I'm really proud about is this Resilient Rebel planner that I've made. It's a planner for the year. But every single day, I'm just flipping, every single day, so this is a week long page. And you can see that I've already put the holidays in, Thanksgiving. But this has your mood tracker, so we can tell if we're upset or angry or sad or exhausted every single day. That means we need to take a day off. Like, it's a really good thing to track. I'm a very emotional person, so I think that's something that I've really thought about doing and will continue to do because I need to monitor how I'm feeling so I'm my best self. It has a section for to-dos. It has best parts. There is so much happening in the classroom. We have so many good things, but I find the negative takes over the positive. And we really do need to think about what positive things happen throughout the day that we can like focus on, right? Because there will always be negative stuff. But did you help Sam figure out how to add whatever? Right? So like, what are some really key things? Did you see somebody's aha moment? Did you have like a huge laugh with a teacher? Like, whatever it is, you drank hot coffee, like that is a win. So you can put that in your best parts and then we can look back at it throughout the year. And then the last thing is edu boundaries. So maybe every day I'm going to leave at 4. Every day I'm going to come in at 8:45, right? So I'm going to actually take my breaks. I'm going to go for a walk, second break, and, you know, get out of there, walk to Starbucks and get a coffee. Like, whatever is going to really help me, I'm going to set those boundaries in place because scrolling on our phone during our breaks is not resting our mind. So we really need to be really smart about how we're spending our time. So I think this is going to be a game changer for me next year. It's on sale on Amazon. If you're interested in looking at it, there's a bunch of pictures. So, or let me know if you have any questions. I think that if we're less overwhelmed, right? And if we can take off our armor, especially in our classroom where we should feel safe and our students should feel safe, right? Hopefully. When we take off our armor, we should be able to be vulnerable, and the students should be able to be vulnerable, and we should be able to make that classroom community so supportive that the students can sort of protect that as well. I'd love to know what you think about this. Are classrooms becoming less psychologically safe? And how do we rebuild vulnerability in learning again? I would love to discuss this further. I think it's something that I'm really noticing in some people that I know, without naming names. There is a sort of pompous, entitled sort of attitude coming out, I find. And it's probably just protecting themselves, like students protecting themselves because they know they're not safe, right? And they just have to act like too cool or tough or whatever it may be. But that's such a sad thing to think about, how old they are and how they're already acting that way. Anyways, I could talk about this forever. I would love to know what you think. Please respond in the comments below. If you have any questions about my cute planner, let me know in the comments as well, or head on over to Amazon. There's five different covers. So, that are just sort of like mentally supportive about the teaching world. I hope this was helpful. Let me know your comments below. Bye.